everyone, and welcome to the BoilerBall pregame show, our final BoilerBall pregame show from Mackey Arena for the 2021-2022 Purdue basketball season. I'm Rob Blackman, this is Chris Forman. Many of you have been joining us all season long for these little pregame previews. For that, we say thank you, and we'll do our best to put the finishing touches on our final pregame show of the year here today. It's Purdue and Indiana. Enough said. I understand those folks in Durham, North Carolina are pretty excited about that Duke, North Carolina matchup later on this evening. It's a pretty big deal to them. But guess what? Purdue and Indiana, Chris Forman, that's a pretty big deal to us.
Yeah, this is one of the best rivalries in college basketball, right up there with Duke, North Carolina, Kentucky, Louisville. Probably the three ultimate rivalries in college basketball. It's going to be a great day here in Mackey Arena.
You can probably hear some of the ambiance in the background. The paint crew is already here. They are out in full force, and as you might imagine, in full throat, because think about this, the paint crew hasn't had a chance to come to Mackey Arena and root against Indiana in 2 years.
Yeah, we didn't play with fans last year in front of these Hoosiers, so, you know, going back to that, no, Indiana doesn't have a lot of players that have played in this environment. Here in Mackey Arena, so it's going to be a special day. The paint crew is already filled in pretty good, so it's going to be a warm day. They're going to be excited to be here.
Here's a good look at the t-shirts the paint crew has at their disposal today, honoring our 4 seniors. We'll talk about all 4 here in just a moment. Let's first of all talk about the rivalry. Purdue has won 9 of the last 10. Unfortunately, the one the Hoosiers got was earlier this year in Bloomington.
Yeah, you look back at that game and you look at the stats. Indiana obviously uses turnovers and fast break points to really get the advantage. To say Purdue only lost by 3 points with a great chance to win the game at the end is really a testament to not how well we played, but how close it was, and that we had a chance to get it done at the end.
To Chris's point, in that game, Purdue had 12 turnovers, Indiana only had 3. The fast break points, 19-0 in favor of Indiana. Yet Purdue still had a chance at the end. Rob Finnessy had the game of his life, 20 points to help lead Indiana to the win, including a big three-pointer coming late. Speaking of big three-pointers coming late, the luck has to eventually turn the Boilermakers' way, does it not, Chris? Each of the last 2 games, Purdue loses with basically 1.5 seconds left on the clock, because of a 3-point shot from the opposition from the left wing.
Yeah, you know, they say great teams make their luck. Purdue has had 4 instances this year on buzzer beaters at the final horn, basically, including that shot by Finnessy. I know it wasn't a buzzer beater. Came in the last 15 seconds of the game. Obviously, Purdue put itself in that position to not win the game, but at some point, the luck, you would hope, has to change.
One would think. Purdue's lost 6 games this year, and in 4 of them, the opponents stormed the court to celebrate.
One other thing, you know, the Wisconsin game, Chucky Hepburn hits that shot, which he admits was bogus in his, for a PC word. But Johnny Davis, the shot before that, hits a 20-footer bank shot straight on. He thought it was so far off, he sprinted for the rebound after the shot and it went in. So it's just that kind of night for the Boilermakers.
Maybe the old Lady Luck will start to shine on our Boilermakers here the rest of the month of March. That would be nice. Speaking of the month of March, here's what we know for Purdue in seeding purposes in the Big Ten tournament this coming Wednesday in Indianapolis. Purdue can be either a 2 seed or a 3 seed. That's it. That's all we know for now.
Yeah, that means Purdue will play on Friday night. The 2 seed plays at 6:30. The 3 seed plays at 9:15. It can be the 2 seed with the Purdue win today and an Illinois loss to Nebraska tomorrow. 3 seed.
Illinois plays Iowa?
Iowa, my bad. Did they just beat Nebraska? No,
Nebraska plays Wisconsin.
Nebraska plays Wisconsin. I'm getting all confused. It's late in the year. Anyway, Purdue would be a 2 seed with a win and an Illinois loss. Otherwise, 3 seed in all other scenarios.
But again, as Chris said, that means you're playing Friday night. So Purdue fans, you can begin to make your plans. Purdue is playing on Friday night. We're just not sure what time slot of that Big Ten tournament. Purdue gets a double bye. Yet again, the only school in the Big Ten to ever do it.
Yeah, every year that the tournament has been played in, Purdue's received a double bye. That's 7 years. Purdue has not played on a Thursday in the Big Ten tournament since 2014.
Other significant statistical notes. If Sasha Stavanovich makes a three-pointer today, he will tie
Robbie Hummel for 7th on the career three-pointers list.
If Purdue wins today or next week, wins a 25th game for Matt Painter. Now remember this is only Coach Painter's 17th year at Purdue. If Purdue wins today or somewhere here in the near future, that's 25 wins on the season. How many times has that happened?
This will be the 9th time of 25 wins or more for Coach Painter. In his first 2 years, they were the adjustment years. He won 9 games. He won 21 the next year, reached the NCAA tournament. But after that, this will be 9 times in 15 years of 25 wins.
Wow, what an amazing accomplishment for Coach Painter.
If you look at the Big Ten standings, Purdue hasn't finished below 4 very often either. They haven't finished below 4 since 2014, except for that 2020 year that ended prematurely because of COVID.
So it's Purdue at 13-6 in the Big Ten. Indiana is 9-10. A Purdue win, they finish 14-6, obviously, in Big Ten play. Then they'll await that Illinois game, which is a night game tomorrow night. So we'll have to wait a little bit to find out if Purdue's going to be the 2 or the 3 seed. All right, before we close it out, I want to talk just briefly about the 4 seniors and what each of them has meant to the program. We'll start with Jared Wolbrin. Started his career at Division III Cal Lutheran, transferred to Purdue, and now here he is, a senior walk-on, and while he hasn't played a lot, he has meant a lot to the program.
Jared's a great teammate. He's always out there supporting his teammates, his classmates. You'll see him on the bench getting excited. He's a great practice player, does do a lot of scout team stuff. And personally, Jared's a great kid. He's fun to talk to. He's great to be around. He's been a great teammate for this BoilerBall team.
All right, let's talk about Eric Hunter Jr. When he came to Purdue, he was the 7th leading scorer in the history of Indiana high school basketball. You think about that. Indiana high school basketball, some of the greatest basketball players ever. Eric was 7th all-time scoring in the history of the state when he came to Purdue, and he certainly is not disappointed here in his Purdue career.
I think Eric came in, everyone had really high hopes for his scoring, but you see during his career, his defense has taken off.
Yeah.
And I thought the defense he played the other night against Johnny Davis was about as good as we've seen him play during his career. He had a slow start to the year this year. He has really turned it on in conference play, both with his defense and with his shooting. He's going to be a big key come March, I think. 200-plus
career assists for Eric Hunter Jr. Not bad for a guy who came to Purdue, thought of only as a scorer. Travion Williams, what a get he was. Out of Chicago, played his high school ball in Detroit. From day one, the Purdue coaching staff said if this guy will dedicate himself to his physical fitness, he can become a great player. Guess what he did? He dedicated himself to his physical fitness, and he became one of the all-time best.
Yeah, Travion came in, the summer he came in, he was about 320 pounds. He's down to about 255, 260 right now. He was an undervalued recruit in the state of Michigan. I think there was a story recently on The Athletic. He was about the 6th or 7th ranked recruit in the state of Michigan his senior year, and he has easily surpassed all of them in how efficient and how productive they have been. Travion's had a great career. You look at his numbers per 40 minutes, they are as good as anyone in the country.
And lastly, the old man of the group, Sasha Stavanovich. Remember, he took a redshirt year his freshman year, so this is his 5th year on the team. He's won a Big Ten championship. He's been on a team that's gone to the Elite Eight. He's one of the most prolific three-point shooters in the history of the school. What a career it's been for Sasha. Again, another very undervalued recruit coming out of high school.
And Sasha also has won a silver medal in the World University Games. That's how long he's been here.
Right.
Sasha, we've talked a lot about how valuable Sasha has been and his story. Came in, he bet on himself his senior year in high school. There was no scholarship for Purdue. He got an offer in mid-February. He was ready to commit some elsewhere. He was looking at Loyola Chicago, Valparaiso, he said the other day, were his 2 finalists until Purdue got involved. He accepted the scholarship offer one day after it was offered because he knew he wanted to come here. He bet on himself. I don't know if anyone could have envisioned the career that he's had. He's closing in on 1,000 points. And our offense this year, when he's been on the floor, has been really, really good.
The 4 seniors, they will be honored today. By the way, if you'd like to watch the Senior Day ceremonies, which happen after the game, you can watch them online, is that correct?
Yeah, I believe on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. They'll be available on all 3 accounts. We'll be streaming it live, so we hope you tune in for it.
We hope you tune in for the radio broadcast of this one as well. We also, on the radio side, will carry the post-game festivities with the senior class as well. For our man behind the scenes, Corey Palm, for my partner, Chris Forman, I'm Rob Blackman. Sit back and enjoy this one today, the regular season finale, Purdue and Indiana, the rivalry renewed from Mackey Arena. 1 o'clock for the pregame show on the radio network, 2 o'clock for the tip. We hope you can join us then from Mackey Arena. Have a great day, everyone. Let's boiler up.